Winning ads are not written, they are assembled. And I'm going to break down my 5-step process for you right here in this video so that you can launch winning ads consistently. Yes, even if you have never written an ad in your life. Spoiler alert, it is easy as hell. Hey, I'm Tiana. I'm a creative strategist. I have roots in traditional copywriting. I help DTC brands find more winning ads on Meta more often with copy-first creatives that convert. Today, I am going to take you by the hand and assemble your next winning ad with you in 5 very easy steps. And we are going to start with step number 1, dig research. Your brain is kind of like a sponge. So the more research that you do, the more juicy ideas and angles your brain soaks up for ads. If you do lots of research, ideas will pour out onto the paper very effortlessly. On the other hand, if you do too little research, your brain sponge will be bone dry and it's going to be really hard to squeeze out good creatives from your brain. That is why a solid research process is where all great ads begin. But the problem is most people don't have an efficient system for this, so they try to cut corners or just skip this step altogether. But guess what? I do have a system and it only takes me about 20 minutes to do. So I'm going to share the system with you right here, right now. I call it my dig research method. It stands for data, intel, and gold. Here's how it works. You start with data. You got to look internally and you got to figure out what is working right now. Which ads or other assets are performing best? Are there any trends that we can identify in our winners? Which ads or assets completely flopped? Can we identify any trends there? Which angles seem to be working best for your audience? I'm looking for benefits, pain points, objections, or even styles that we can keep tapping into. Then you can move to intel. This is where you're going to spy on your competitors and you're going to try to figure out what's working for them. What are their best performing ads? Do you see any trends there? What angles are striking a chord for this audience? And are there any primary benefits or pain points or objections that they keep focusing on? And finally, you can move to the most important part of your research. This is the place where 99% of my winning ads come from. This is gold. This is where you are going to mine marketing gold right from your ideal prospect's mouth. So what I want you to do, pull up a blank Google document. You're going to go into Amazon. You're going to look up similar products or your product. You're going to filter to 1-star reviews, copy and paste those reviews into your document. Easy. Next, filter to 5-star reviews. Do the same thing. Copy and paste all of those into the same document. Then you're going to go into Google and type something like Reddit plus pain point plus demographic, or Reddit plus objection plus demographic. Scan through those threads, copy and paste the juicy ones into your document. You also want to collect any reviews, add comments, posts from your customers, anywhere where your customers are talking. Your goal should be to fill up this document as much as humanly possible, because next you're going to paste that into ChatGPT with this prompt. Here are a bunch of reviews and comments from my customers. Can you please take all of this information and extract some key insights for me? I'm specifically looking for pain points they're struggling with, benefits they desperately want, objections they have to common solutions for their problem. Please dig deep, be specific about what you learn. I am not looking for surface level insights. I want to deeply understand my audience and how I can help them. Please include real language they use to describe their specific life experiences. That's it. Paste all of your research into the chat, hit send. AI is going to send back gold that actually writes your ad copy for you in a lot of cases. Step number 2, core message. There are 3 ingredients in every ad. We got a format, we got style, we got message. Now your message is the most important ingredient of your ad by far. If you don't nail this, no matter what style or format you choose, your ad is going to flop. And in fact, meta targeting relies on you getting this core message right. And your audience sees hundreds of ads a day. So unless this message speaks directly to them, your ad is just going to fade off into the meta abyss. Now, unless you are a seasoned copywriter, this process of identifying your core message can actually be really challenging. Until now, because I'm going to break this down for you too, in a way that will make it a lot easier for you to understand. I call this my 3-step core message formula. Here is how it works. I want you to imagine that you are meeting your ideal customer face to face for coffee. Before you leave the house, I want you to get clear on 2 things. Number 1, what stage of sophistication are they in? That's just a fancy way of saying, where does your product land on the market right now? Is it in stage 1 with 0 competitors? Or is it in stage 4 or 5 where the market is swimming with competitors and you need to outbid that competition? Number 2, What stage of awareness is your customer in? As in, which subset of your audience do you want to speak to right now? The problem-aware subset, as in they have a pain point, but they do not yet know that there's a way to solve it, or the solution-aware subset, where they know that there is a solution, but they don't yet know about your specific product, or are they product-aware, as in they know about your product and what it does, and they just need a good reason, an extra little push to buy it right now. So by answering those two questions before you leave the house, you will know where to start the conversation with your audience at the coffee shop, because you will know where your customer's head is at right now. So for example, if they're product aware, you're going to start by talking to them about their problem. If they're product aware, you're going to kick things off by talking about the product. Now, I made this super easy and I created cheat sheets on how to communicate with your audience based on the sophistication and awareness levels. These cheat sheets outline which copy strategy to use at each stage. If you want access to those cheat sheets, just let me know in the comments. I will make them public for you. Next, I want you to get clear on who your prospect is. At this point, you've already done your dig research, so it's going to be super easy for you to jot this down. First, jot down number one, what is their number one struggle or their number one pain point? Next, I want you to jot down what is their deepest desire or the number one benefit they are after. When you dial those two things in, you got everything you need to identify your core message for your ad. Because your core message is very simply the bridge between where your customer is now and where they want to be. So your ad, really all it needs to do is be that bridge. And that bridge is created by your core message. For example, number one pain point, achy knees. Number one desire, pain relief. My core message might be relieve achy knees fast. Once you know what your message is, your next step is to simply choose the best way to express that message, to attract your customer, to stop them in their scroll, and to persuade them to take action. And this is where things get fun. Step number 3, style. There are 3 ingredients to every ad. Remember, one of those ingredients is format. Simply, will this be a static creative? Will this be a 30-second video ad? Will this be a carousel? The other is message, which you now have. And that third piece is style. A style, it's kind of like the wrapping paper on your creative. What will it look like? How will it be laid out? What will your prospect actually see in your ad on their scroll? Okay, there's a massive amount of room here to play when it comes to the style. And there are a lot of proven styles that already work, and they end up trending across different brands, like grid style, dissection style, or like before and after style. You can use any of these to express your core message. But the question you really need to be asking yourself is, which style best supports my core message? For example, if our core message is relieve achy knees fast, you could create a UGC video testimonial of a woman who got rid of her knee pain by using our product. Or it could be a simple headline and product feature static, where you write a hard-hitting headline like relieve achy knees in 24 hours. Or maybe you do a timeline style static where you show exactly what happens when you take the product after 1 hour, after 8 hours, and after 24 hours. So you see how you can get super creative here and even combine styles. So at this point, you now have a full ad concept and you're ready to get into the nitty-gritty. Step number 4, you gotta write. It is time to write your in-creative copy. Lucky for you, this is easier than it ever has been before because you can actually help yourself by using AI tools to get your first draft. So what I recommend is asking ChatGPT to take all the key insights it gave you from your dig research and then apply it to proven templates. To help you along here, I have created 7 in-creative headline templates that I have used personally to write hundreds of winning ads. And there's a link down below that will lead you to a page where you can download that. And these templates are super flexible and you can use them on your static ads, your text overlay, in your videos. This will get you a solid first draft of your creative copy, which means that you are ready for the last step. Step number 5, editing. Seasoned copywriters who have spent years studying this stuff are gonna have no problem doing this. But if you're a brand owner, if you're a newer copywriter, if you're a media buyer, or if you're an editor and you're expanding into creative strategy, you're learning how to write winning ads kind of on the fly. First of all, good for you. And second of all, I gotcha, because I have boiled down decades of these proven copywriting tactics and behavioral psychology into what I call the 11 pillars of persuasion. So this is a very simple checklist that you can run your ads through before you spend a dime on them, so that you feel very confident that you have a strong ad concept on your hands. So I created a whole video about these 11 pillars, what they are, how to use them. And I'll also tell you in that video how to get free access to the checklist that you and your team can use them on every single ad that you write. But for now, I also have 5 very simple copy editing tools that I'm going to share with you, because you can use these even if you have never written an ad in your life or anything, and you'll sound like a top-tier copywriter. Number 1 tool is your word machete. Chop out sentences, words, syllables that you do not need. Keep it short, sweet, and digestible. Number 2, visual verbs. Use words that make visual, visceral sense to your audience. For example, you want to soothe inflammation, drain belly fat, regrow hair. 3, real language paste. When you do your cold research, copy and paste language directly from your ideal prospect. This is how you will get their attention and connect with them on a deeper level and make them feel seen and make them feel heard. Number 4, 3D glasses. These will allow you to see past the surface level pain points and benefits and objections and dimensionalize your copy in a way that creates a deeper emotional reaction. Number 5, personality. This is where you can let loose, be imperfect, and you can even be a little silly to create trust and just erode that barrier between a brand and a buyer. If you want an in-depth guide on how to use those copy editing tools, let me know. I will do a whole video on it, and I'll walk you through each one and show you some examples. So there you have it. That is the 5 steps to writing your next winning ad. This is a pretty high-level crash course, but inside of the Copy First Creatives course, I break down each of these steps in great detail with a ton of examples and worksheets, swipe files, templates, and I make the entire creative strategy process accessible to anyone, regardless of your skill set or your professional background. So if you want access to that course and all of the material and methods that I described inside of this video and more, there's a link below to apply. We'll just hop in a call and we'll find out if it's a good fit for you. And until then, please hit subscribe, hit like on this video, and stay tuned because there is going to be a lot more free training like this coming your way. I will talk soon.